In May, someone, we still don't know who despite the investigation, leaked the Supreme Court's draft opinion overturning Roe v. Wade. So there was varied response to this, but here's one of the responses. A day after that happened, a college student and pro-lifer called Maison Deschamps, apparently real name, decided to protest abortion in a pretty unusual, pretty remarkable way. He climbed the outside of the tallest building in San Francisco, the Salesforce Tower. It's 61 stories high. He climbed without using a rope. Here's footage. Amazing. He's climbed several other skyscrapers after the Salesforce Tower. That would include the Devon Tower in Oklahoma City and the New York Times building in Manhattan. Some call him the pro-life spiderman. Maison Deschamps joins us tonight. I'm embarrassed if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. Tell us, but I'm just amazed by this whole thing. Tell us why you're doing this.
Yeah, we are in a cultural battle right now. And so I started this project because I wanted to inspire young people to speak out against abortion regardless of the backlash and the criticism that comes with being pro-life. And I also wanted to raise money for Let Them Live to help these moms who are in a crisis pregnancy. I mean, you're seeing states like California pay for abortions, and there's never been a better time than now for us as pro-lifers to put our money where our mouths are and support letthemlive.org and these women who are in crisis.
Well, of course. And it's hard to see why it's controversial to help pregnant women who want to have their babies. That's obviously a good thing. What's it like, I have to ask, being 61 stories above San Francisco with no rope?
It differs person to person. For me, it's not that bad, but I wouldn't recommend anyone else go try it.
How did you wind up climbing office building? I mean, it just looks like guaranteed death from my perspective.
Well, I was inspired by a guy named Alain Robert, and I had no money, no influence. I'm in college, and I thought to myself, what can I do to help this pro-life movement? And, all I had was the gifts God gave me.
Incredible. How do you learn to free climb a building? Do you just do it?
Oh, well, Tucker, if you want to come with me on the next one, I could show you how.
I'm 53, man. No, but I'm very impressed. But how do you train for this? And how hard is it?
I train on rock outside, out here in Las Vegas at Red Rock Canyon and Yosemite National Park, and it transfers over pretty easily, surprisingly.
That's incredible. And I have to ask, because it's irresistible, which is scarier, climbing a 61-story building with no ropes or admitting that you're pro-life in a group full of NPR listeners?
I think it's scarier to go on Tucker Carlson than it is to climb a skyscraper personally.
Least hostile environment you'll ever find. And last question, is this illegal? I mean, what happens when you get to the top?
Yeah, surprisingly in Detroit, there's a law that says you can't leash your pet alligator to a fire hydrant, but there's no law that says you can't climb the Renaissance Center. And so usually I'm arrested, but it's just to make an example out of me so there's no copycats, and it's not that bad.
I don't know anyone who would be brave enough to copy it. Incredible. And I'm saying, pardon my bad English, tell us how to pronounce your name so I can not forget it.
It is Maison Deschamps.
Maison Deschamps. Great to see you tonight. Maison, thanks very much.
Thanks for having me on.